But yeah, I mean now we can get into anything that you want to cover about Washington.
All right, yeah. I mean, the biggest news, obviously, the what we picked up in the draft.
Yep.
The first pick being Jamin Davis,
Yeah.
which
That was good. That
should
was good.
turn out to be very, very good. I mean, what I've watched from the practices and the camps, he's
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 fast.
uh
He's
he's living
fast.
up to the hype, is what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
He's
I mean,
got
he
that.
hasn't played yet, but
Yeah. He's got
yeah,
that
he's very yeah.
sideline.
Well,
He's got that sideline to
the whole
sideline
team is
speed.
fast now. The whole
Yeah.
offense is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So after that, we had Sam Cosmi, I think, was the
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
pick,
Yep.
and which he's also. I mean, he's got to go up against Chase
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
camp.
I
I
mean
mean,
that's a good introduction to the NFL. Like
yeah,
your first assignment in camp is like going up against Chase Young. Yeah. It's like okay.
you're basically you're getting practice with like
The best. Yeah.
one of the best
Yeah.
or the best. Yeah, like
Exactly.
basically, yeah,
Exactly. But that's good.
and that's
Like
invaluable.
iron sharpens iron, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the third pick was our own Juice, Benjamin
Yeah.
St. Juice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you say it Juice or if it's
I think
Juice,
it. I
but
think it's yeah, juiced. Yeah, but I
maybe
don't
yeah.
know.
But I like to say Juice because
Yeah,
it's like now we got our own Juice. You guys
yeah,
got Juice
yeah,
Check, and
yeah,
we got this guy. So and he's supposed to be a breakout player too. Everything
yeah,
in camp has been really
yeah.
good. I mean,
Yeah,
so
there
that's
was
good.
some
And then
negativity like about maybe him being a reach when he was drafted, but in camp they're saying that he definitely comes as advertised, so he's
mhm.
living up to the hype.
and then the next biggest one would probably be Diane Brown.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was in the following pick,
Di-
number 82.
Diame, take the top off. Take the top off the defense, Brown.
Depending on how he does in the preseason, he could take that third receiver spot. Like
Yeah,
that's one. I was gonna mention the camp battles too. I mean, I guess
yeah,
it goes in with this because it's going to be between Adam Humphries, him, and I think Cam Sims is
yeah.
probably part of it.
I'd say Cam's probably earned himself to be in the running for that.
So you're gonna have to see how they use Samuel and where they place him, and then
Yeah,
he's gonna get that third
yeah,
spot. But I think he has the potential to do. I mean, all of the players that we've drafted really
yeah.
none of the it hasn't been any like they've all gotten like glowing reviews. It's a man they're doing like you said as advertised basically.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Like that's how I feel about the nine. I feel like they've drafted well. So I mean, anytime you can like
Hmm.
go into the season with a good draft and a good free agent class, like especially to a team that was already good, like
Yeah,
things are gonna be live for sure.
and then our I think the last two we got a tight end John Bates.
Yeah,
Have to see how he goes. I mean, and then the new long snapper since they got rid of or he retired Nick Sundberg, which
yeah,
is kind of unfortunate. He's been with the team for a long time, but now we got the Cheeseman. So
yeah,
as long as I like the name, so if he does well,
yeah.
that's great.
The cheese man. Yeah,
Oh no, there's a couple. Those are the couple later round picks too. We got William linebacker William Bradley King. I haven't heard much about him. Shaka Tony,
yeah.
and then
Those
Dax
are
Milne. I've heard a bit about Dax Milne and the other
yeah,
receivers, but
yeah. Those guys are like guys that, and really pretty much after your third receiver, the and the same thing with the Niners is like that position's really shaken out to like who can contribute on special teams. So that's
right.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, either as a
It,
return guy
was
or
Cam Sims the special team, the return guy, or was it Steven Sims? I always mix those two up.
they both got opportunities, but Steve Sims was the main one that was fumbling
Okay,
on the punts.
okay,
Yeah.
he was okay.
I I don't see Steve Sims like with the improved receiver room. I don't see
Oh yeah, I don't think
Steve
he's gonna be
Sims
there.
making the roster this
Cam
season.
Sims probably will, but
Cam Sims
not.
probably will. I think he earned that last year, but at
Yeah,
least being
he did step up.
your third or fourth. I mean, if he's not the third, he might be the fourth because he can play special teams.
And then there's Antonio Gandy Golden, who we
Yeah,
also really don't know anything
yeah,
about because he was injured. So
kind of an unknown. Yeah, I mean, he
hmm
really got limited playing time. He's kind of like your guys, Jalen Hurd, but just
basically,
hoping.
yeah. And then other camp battles, we got the free safeties. Picked up Bobby McCain from Miami, right? Yeah,
Yep,
from Miami.
yep,
So it's basically him and DeShazer Everett are getting the starting reps. So be between them, and
yeah,
then Jeremy Reeves is also in there.
yeah. It's funny if you think about it, because like the camp battles for the Niners and like they're like receiver and safety, receiver and safety.
Hmm.
Like everything else is pretty much determined. Like who's gonna be where. Like obviously like nobody's coming in and taking Fred Warner's job. in Niners
I'd say
game.
one of the biggest ones actually is the strong safety with Cam Curl and Landon
Yeah,
Collins.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
because Cam Curl
yeah.
after last season, he's really
It's
hyped up,
strange
and
that they
everyone
want to
wants to
play
see
them
him do
at the
well.
same position. Like I now
Yeah.
Ron might be the guy to do this, but almost if you could do like a sub package where you have both of them in as like
Hmm.
linebackers, because like I know they don't want to play Landon, and I'm they don't have to play Landon Collins as a linebacker. I mean his true position is strong safety. I know a lot of people have been calling for that, but I mean
Hmm.
if you could like use a sub package, like I mean, you could have both of them in on the field at the same time. I mean, or even do different situations with them. I mean, but it's kind of strange that they're playing, them at because they're both very good players, and it seems like you
Well,
want to try to have them both on the field at the same time.
well, like what Ron was saying the other day when one of the press conferences, like they're really looking for versatility. They want to be able to have players that can play different positions, and
Yeah,
if somebody can't is hurt or for whatever reason, or you move guys like Curtis Samuel, he's a
yeah,
receiver, but he does those running plays out of the backfield, and it seems like that's really what he wants is just the most versatile team you can get. So if
yeah,
somebody's out, somebody can step up and take that place, and the depth has improved vastly from last year. I mean,
yeah,
I haven't been as excited for a football season, really
yeah,
ever in my life. Like between the new coach and the
yeah,
new cast added throughout the draft and the off season, it's just like, wow, like things actually look good for once. And
yeah,
the name change thing sucks, and it is what it is. But I'll take
yeah.
wins
Yeah,
over.
yeah, and I mean depth is how you win in this league. I mean because injuries do happen, and I mean like the fact like if you can still field a competitive team through that, then I mean that's
Hmm.
that's how you get to the playoffs in this league. And I mean they're also like deeper at quarterback, I'd say. With like obviously last year it was pretty much like Alex Smith or bust as far as getting results in the win category. But
Right.
like now, I mean they've got Heineke who is a lot of people are excited about him, and they've got Fitz who
Definitely.
can definitely come out and win. Plus they've kept Kyle Allen around who like
And they have Steven Montez too. I
Steven
don't know what they
Montez,
want to
yeah,
do with him, but that's
yeah.
technically four. So
He might get on the squad. Steven Montez might be a squad quarterback. Might make the squad for the
probably.
second year. I mean, you might need to keep a guy around with the COVID protocols and everything. But yeah, I mean, free agency was big. It's come and gone. Obviously, the signing of players has definitely deafened to a slow trickle at this point. So you get the occasional signing, but most of
Definitely got to
that's
mention Ryan Fitzpatrick as well.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's a free agent
yeah,
signing also.
yeah,
So
yeah. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a big signing.
10
For the
million
Washington.
with I think he's got like 2 million in incentives or something like that.
Yeah, which
Maybe just 10 million. I'm not sure,
which
but
which hopefully the man earns because I mean Ryan Fitzpatrick like he's fun to watch and the thing is
he's just
like
a fun guy. Like with that
yeah,
fucking beard and just
yeah,
like the way he
yeah,
is. Like
yeah.
he's like you can tell he's like young at heart. He's like one of the old. He's probably the oldest guy on the team. And it's like the players don't feel like that around him. Like
Yeah,
he has that good locker room presence. Like they make
I,
I'm
I,
happy to have him. I know
I
some people aren't. They're like, oh, he's gonna be terrible if it's
I've
Chad. But
I've
it's
I've
like,
heard
well,
I've heard some people say that Fitz he's their best teammate they've ever had,
I
and I
can
mean
believe that. I
yeah,
believe that.
yeah, and that's great. I mean shit, like you need like if with what Ron's trying to do there in trying to reestablish and build the culture, like that's the kind of guy you want. That's like you got to have veterans like that in your locker room.
Yep.
Yeah,
Especially after losing like someone like Alex Smith who gave us that locker room presence. Like with him
or
gone,
Kerrigan, yeah,
yeah, and Kerrigan's gone too. That's
yeah,
true. Yep.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, losing
yeah,
both of them, it's like we
yeah,
definitely needed somebody like that. But
yeah,
young guys like Chase stepping
yeah.
up, being captains, and Terry. So I mean,
I feel
but
like
it's
probably
good to have that veteran.
yeah, I feel like Tress Way probably does a lot for that locker room too.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's like I
He's
feel
been
like
there
he's
for a
like
long
yeah,
time.
yeah. He's probably like and I don't mean this because Tress seems awesome. Like he seems like a great guy, but he's almost like a more watered down Pat McAfee. Like he's got a lot of personality for a punter, but like my boy Pat's just
He's just, I mean,
he's
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 the best.
he's excitement. Yeah, he's excitement. Yeah, like
Like there's no matching that. Like
I'd like to see Tressway dancing. Like go light a guy up and like do some dancing. That'd be great to see. Be great to see. But
yeah,
with
more kickers got to liven up the game a bit,
yeah, yeah. I
like
mean,
Pat did.
yeah. He really did. He really did. And I mean, like we're talking about free agents, but there was also the retirements. That's always happening around the end of the NFL season. A lot of players.
And in other retirement news, I would say the most important one to us being Alex Smith. He got the jersey there in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Alex
Point
Smith
that out
retiring.
there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, go the other way.
Yeah, other way, other way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Got the Niners jersey, Smith
yeah,
jersey.
yeah. So
Kind
Alex
of
Smith.
sad he retired, but unfortunately, I mean, no one was going to pick him up. I remember saying, I know you thought that
Yeah,
someone might pick him up, but
I was hoping that they would. I didn't figure he would get a lot of opportunities to start. I remember that the one team that was kind of
mm-hmm,
looking at him was Houston, and I mean they
yeah,
have their own quarterback issues right now, which I know we're going to get into here in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, and they ended up picking up some other guys, so he ended up retiring. But yeah, I mean, to even come back and start 6 games on that
yeah,
leg
that was the greatest
was
comeback in
yeah,
NFL history, in my
yeah.
opinion.
I mean, you come in on a team that's fucking 1-5, like literally 1-5. I mean, Haskins and Kyle Allen were a combined 1-5.
Ugh,
Like they they did beat Dallas 25-3, but
yeah,
it was rough. So in the
that
rain.
was Allen though. That was Allen, not Haskins. So
Oh,
Allen is
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
better
yeah,
than
yeah, yeah,
Haskins,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Kyle Allen knows the offense. Kyle
right?
Kyle Allen is Ron's boy. I think he's Ron's hidden son-in-law. Ron, if you're watching the show, call in and let us know. Is if Kyle Allen, because we know you like him. I know he knows the offense, but I saw that game that he played in 2019 against the 49ers on our way to the Super Bowl, and it was suspect. Suspect, Ron.
Kind of like Mullins, man. It's like I don't know if you should be keeping that guy around anymore,
Well,
but all
he's
right.
Nicky Mullins
Well, yeah,
went to
he's
the
gone, but
Fly Eagles Fly, baby.
which is hilarious. That is just that's wonderful. I mean, when I first saw, it, I was like, oh, that couldn't be any more perfect other than Dallas. Like, like, but the Eagles are going to be
uh,
trash next year.
Nick,
They're
Nick,
not. They're not going to be an issue.
Nicky Mullins, my boy, favorite Niners quarterback of all time, Nick Mullins.
Ugh.
Ugh. Yeah, but anyway, back to Alex Smith. Yeah, Alex Smith did the impossible. He came back. He not only returned, which I mean, like it's great enough if you return. Even if you got in one game, even if all he would have done was get in that Rams game and get sacked by Aaron Donald in the rain, like that would
That
have
was
been that
crazy.
would have been a feat. But that's not all he did, bud. That's
No,
not all he
he
did.
got back up and played the
He
whole
fucking
game.
came back
Like,
and he fucking won, dude. He came back and he won and he got Washington into the play.
did
And
they
and
win that game against the Rams?
no, they absolutely did not. But they won the
That's what I was.
following week.
Okay, I was like, no, they
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, no, he won. No, he won. He didn't lose that, or he did
That game
lose
was like
that
a
game.
nine
Yeah,
to three game or some shit, wasn't it? Because it was
that
in the
that
rain.
game
It was an
that game was
awful
shitty
game.
though when he came in though. Like in
Yeah,
fairness to him, like
yeah,
he
yeah.
was
The game
just
was already shitty. It really wasn't his fault.
yeah.
Like, I mean, that rain. Yeah, that was like that one Niners game from what was that 2 years ago? What was in
It
the
was
rain?
two.
Like
It was
Washington Niners.
2019. Yeah, the
Yeah,
nine to
that
three.
nine.
Nine.
That was a shit
Yeah.
show of a game.
It did produce some of Jimmy Garoppolo's best runs as a 49er.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know, right? Didn't he have like 50 yards that
he
game or some
did.
shit running?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something totally
Jimmy
unlike him.
Jimmy scrambles. I love it. But yeah, Alex Smith. I hope you enjoy retirement. I hope you enjoy hanging out with your family. You deserve it, bud. I mean, you've had a
Yep.
great career. I know some people would question that and be like, "Oh, well, he was never that great." But I will tell you this, and this is a fact. Look it up. I mean, I don't know of really any quarterback off the top of my head that's had a winning record with 3 different franchises. I mean, that shit is hard to do. I mean, had a winning
Wait,
record
did
with
he
the
have a
Niners.
winning record with Washington?
Yeah, absolutely. He started
Really?
17 games for him, and he was like yeah he was like so he was his first season
Oh,
he was
you're
six.
counting from back in.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
years ago. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
He started 6-4 in 2018. Started 6-4, and then he got hurt,
And then he
and then
got
and
hurt.
then and then he started 6 games last year, and he was 5-1. So what is that like? That's 11 and
Damn,
one,
I
11 and
that's I
six.
can't believe he was at 5-1. That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah,
Like I know it was just last year, but it's like, damn, like
yeah. I
that's
mean, he
awesome.
came in and got it done. And I mean, you
He
can
did.
question like he had a broken leg, and yeah, I mean he couldn't move around, but like the man is he can prepare, and that's what
He
he
had to
did.
wear a leg brace, like a
Yeah,
specific type of leg brace, because I guess he has like a dead foot now, I guess, like where you can't lift it a certain, like you can't, if you lift your foot up
yeah,
straight,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
can't do that, I guess, like when he runs. So
Yeah,
without the brace on, he's not able to even, like, he couldn't even run. So he had that much damage when he has this brace on, like, and without it, there's no way he could play. And he still goes out there.
yeah,
Aaron Donald jumps on his fucking
yeah,
back. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when that happened, my heart was like,
yeah. No,
in my throat.
I
But
remember watching that. That was
yeah,
scary, and the fact that like he couldn't like, if you've ever tried to throw a football without planting your foot, like you lose a lot of the pop on that. I
mm-hmm.
mean, if anybody like hasn't tried it, go out and try to throw a football and like don't plant your foot
Just
first.
stand, just
Just
stand
yeah,
still. Yeah,
yeah,
like
and you're not gonna get the same pop. And basically, like everybody was like shit talking Alex and like all of his like passes and everything, but basically what the guy was doing was like like it's amazing he's even out there.
yeah, he
Like,
was doing what he could. I mean, he was
yeah,
always kind of a, a captain check down kind of
yeah,
quarterback, but before he was hurt, he did at least, he threw more. At least. I mean, when he came back, obviously, I feel like he was limited in that sense. He can't get that same, like you're saying, the planting. He doesn't have that ability to like throw it down the field like Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers. I think he threw maybe like a couple deep passes
yeah,
during those games, but most
yeah.
of his passes
He
were,
did, and some of them actually looked pretty good. I remember one time he hit
yeah,
Terry on a deep touchdown.
Harry.
Yeah,
I think I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean, like he had the ability. I mean, but he's the man has made a good living for himself. He's got a good family. I think he's happy. He deserves retirement.
they should rename that.
He knows.
Last thing
Yeah,
about him is they
yeah,
should
yeah.
rename the award the Alex Smith, like the comeback player of the
Oh,
award. They should rename it the Alex Smith
100% agree.
Award.
100% agree. No player has come back through what he's come back. I mean,
And like last year when they were trying to compare like who's the bigger comeback, Ben Roethlisberger or Alex Smith, it's like that is not even a conversation.
Ben recovering from his
Like
elbow.
that's fucking retarded that was
Um,
even in the same breath. It's like, dude, no. Like there's literally like been no other injury like Alex's that bad
yeah, I
other than
mean,
Joe Theismann, but
yeah,
that was he didn't have
yeah,
the leg rot off like
yeah,
Alex did from his infection. I
yeah,
mean, he had better medical stuff, nowadays, but
yeah,
and Joe Theismann never played again. So
yeah.
it's weird. And the
Yeah.
two worst injuries I can think of in the NFL are both on the Redskins. Like, great.
Maybe it's good they changed the name.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I
Maybe
mean,
it's
honestly,
not.
with the culture change, I'm happy about it. Like, I miss
Yeah,
obviously, I got
yeah.
all the rest and stuff. I miss the name. It'd be great to still have it, but this culture change makes me really, really like down with it. It's like,
It's
what? If
hard.
that's what it takes, then
Yeah,
awesome. Like, if we're gonna start winning and like get to a Super Bowl again, it's like fuck it. If the name is the Washington football team, fine. I mean, I hope they
yeah,
end up picking Red Wolves. That's what
yeah.
I'd like to see, but
It's
we'll
hard
see
to
what happens.
argue with what Ron's doing. I mean, it really is. You'd be hard pressed to. I mean, the man is coming in one short season. I mean, the amount of team like you don't make the playoffs a whole lot in your first year usually, especially coming off of like what they came off of. Like with all
Mm.
the
It was a pretty
characters.
nightmare season overall. Like,
Yeah,
but even though we got to the playoffs and that was the first time in a while, and that was great. Like getting there was really rough, and just the whole, Alex coming back, that was really great though. I have to say that. I mean, that when he came back, that was like the greatest thing I've seen in, Red and on the Redskins and
it was great.
since
It was great to
RG3.
see.
Like that
Yeah,
was so wonderful. Like, oh my God, this guy's back on the field. Like what a
yeah.
miracle.
It was great to see him play. Yeah, I mean, I was super pumped. I remember when we were watching that game. That was really cool.